Okay, we are underway here. I want a quick review over surface area here. I can find surface area of three-dimensional shapes such as prisms, pyramids, cylinders, and cones. So we're going to cover most of these here um, over this quick video here and just make sure we understand how to find the surface area of each of these different shapes. So one big review over it. Okay, right here we have our rectangular prism. So we're going to find the surface area of this. Now, how many sides are there? Right? Yep, that's right, 6. We have 6 sides. Some of you said 4 or something, maybe. 6 sides. We have a top and a bottom, a left and a right, and a front and a back. And so we're going to have 3 matches, and we're going to go ahead and look here. Let me get my marker here, and I'm going to find, I have a 10 by 5, a 10 by 6, and a 5 by 6, and then there's 2 of each of those. So the bottom's 10 by 6, the side's 5 by 6, the front's 5 by 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and multiply. There it is, 6 times 10, 6 times 5, and 5 times 10. Each number being represented twice. And I double it, and I get my answer. So the one on the bottom is 60, the one on the front is, on the right is 30, and the one on the front is 50, and I double it, and then I get 280 square centimeters. That's my area of the surface area. If I wrapped it or painted it or whatever it is, that's what I would need to know. The next shape is a cube. The surface area of the cube now is 6 sides. It's like a die singular, and we know there's 6 sides, and there's 6 equal sides. So that's why we say 6s squared. 6 times the side squared. So here now, if I go ahead and just hit return, my surface area is going to be 6 times 7 times 7, or 7 squared, and then that's going to be surface area equals 6 times 49, which equals surface area equals 294, I believe, inches squared. That's how many square inches would cover that. Oh, maybe lost it. There we go, square inches, and that's the surface area of the cube. Next, we have a triangular prism. Now, I drew the net to help you see this, but we have 5 shapes. We don't need a magic formula here. We have 5 shapes, actually 2 shapes repeating themselves, 2 triangles, 3 rectangles. So if we can just find the area of those 2 triangles first, and then we'll find the rectangles. Now the 2 triangles here, well, I have, the formula is 1/2 base times height. So I'm going to take 8 times 7, and of course times 1/2. But the problem is, or not a problem, but just the idea, I'm going to end up doubling it because there's 2 of them. So why would I times by 1/2 just to times by 2? So I'm going to just cancel that step out. And so the 8 times 7, the 2 triangles right here is going to be 56 for the 2 triangles. All right. Now I go over here, and now I have, in a couple ways, we talk about taking the perimeter times the height. We need to understand the perimeter of the base times the height. All right. Or we just think of it as 3 different rectangles. So I have a front, a right, and a back, or however you want to say that, but I have 3 of them. So here I have a height of 11, so I'm going to use that 11 3 times. Kind of the front right there, I have an 8 by 11. Then I have a 8 by 11 on the back as well, since this is isosceles. And then I have a front one that is 10 by 11. And again, I could have just added 8 plus 8 plus 10 and then times by 11, hence the distributive property. I could get my answer now. So 8 times 11, 88 plus 88 plus 110. So in my calculator here, I enter 88 plus 110. I get 286. 286. That's the 3 rectangles. And now when I combine the 56 plus the 286, I arrive at 342 as my total surface area there. 342. I could write it different ways. I could write it this way, square centimeters. Oops. All right, that's my surface area of the triangular prism. All right. Moving on. We have a cylinder, the surface area of a cylinder. I'm going to take 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. Well, where do I get that? Well, I have right here 2 pi r squared, so that's representing the two circles, 2 pi r squared. And then, of course, the 2 pi rh, when we unroll this, we have the height, h, which would be 12. And then this, as we've talked about before, is the circumference. Right? I didn't use the pi symbol here. It was easier to just write pi, so I did that. So 2 pi rh. So that's what we're going to do here in this problem. Of course, I'm going to get rid of that so I can work. All right, and I go down here to, matter of fact, what I can do, and this, since it's a computer, copy all that, paste that, and just fill it in. 2 pi 6 squared plus 2 pi 6, and then I have to use the times 12. So that's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put the whole thing in my calculator, so you can do it with me. 2 pi 6 squared plus 2 pi, and then 6, not squared, times 12. Make sure I put my times 6 times 12 in there. And I get 600, and to the nearest whole number, 679 centimeters squared. And that would be that one. So let's do a square pyramid. All right, square pyramid. People want formulas again. Tell me the formula. Hello, squares and triangles. All right. Now let's make you sure you can clearly understand. The slant height is 5, not the height of the whole thing, straight up and down, but the slant height is 5, and then the base, maybe it's better to see it here, is 3 by 3. Okay, so 4 triangles plus 1 square, or bases plus faces if you want to do it that way. So the base is just 3 squared. So the base is 9, and we got it taken care of. Now, the triangle here is 1/2 base times height. 3 times 5. 15. Half of 15 is 7.5. And how many triangles do we have? Well, a square has 4 sides. Therefore, that's going to create 4 triangles. If it was a triangular base, we'd have 3 triangles, but here we have 4. And 7.5 times 4, if you can just think of 15 doubled, 3 times 5 doubled, shortcut it, we get 30. And so now we go and we get 30, and that is part of it, 30 plus 9. Yep, I got it here, just a second. Equals 39. Again, I can write it different ways. Square inches. I can write it all out. 39 square inches is the surface area of that shape. Okay, now the last thing we have here is a cone. And our formula looks a little funny because of the word pi, but We have a formula, and that's probably the easiest. Pi RL, that gets the lateral area, plus pi r squared, which gets you the base. It can order it either way, it doesn't matter. And so let's go ahead and fill in the blanks, what we have here. We're just going to copy that, and then paste it there. Pi r, which is 4, L, the slant height, again, not the regular height, but the slant height, plus pi r squared, 4 squared. So we're going to put that in our calculator. And then we're going to finish it off with this one here. So pi times 4, or I don't even need to put pi, pi 4 is fine, times 5 plus pi 4 squared, I get 113. So at 113 inches squared. And so now we've covered all the shapes we've been dealing with. And then we see the surface area right there of our final shape. And there you have it, folks. Learning with Mr. Neff. Have a great, oh, it stopped too soon. Have a great, 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 great day.